So, I guess the thing's on. Hello, welcome back to Tuncay's Nerd Crate. From all my international viewers, let me just real quick do an intro for the German guys, and then we'll head right into the program. So Leute, willkommen zu Tuncay's Nerd Crate. Willkommen zurück. Kleine Live-Geschichte zu Tim Tinkers heute. Das ist das erste Ding, was ich so live alleine mache. Deswegen bin ich ein bisschen fiddelig, aber das müsst ihr gleich nicht mehr die ganze Zeit sehen. Ich dachte mir mal einen eigenen kleinen Livestream zu machen zu so einer Geschichte. Ist ja immer ein bisschen besser, als wenn man es die ganze Zeit immer zusammengeschnitten sieht und da geht irgendwas schnell und vielleicht zu schnell und ich habe mir hier wie immer den Live-Chat rausgeklappt und die Ansicht wird gleich ein bisschen anders ablaufen. Ich hatte mir eigentlich was anderes vorgestellt und zwar wollte ich eigentlich, ehrlich gesagt, das Ganze vernünftig über eine Halterung machen, was oben angebracht ist und dann eigentlich das Handy da reingeklemmt haben. Schön vernünftig, aber leider hat das nicht sein sollen, denn wie ich in einer kleinen Anzeige von YouTube, als ich online gehen wollte, gesehen habe, wurde vor kurzem die Minimum-Abonnentenanzahl auf 1000 erhöht. Sprich, ich muss das mit der Webcam machen und wir kippen das Ding gleich eine Runde runter. Ich habe es aber mal probiert. Man sieht alles einigermaßen und für das, was ich vorhabe, sollte das ausreichen. Und der Live-Chat ist offen. Wenn ihr Fragen habt, immer raus damit. Und ich werde jetzt aber aufgrund des Themas, Basteln ist ja nun mal echt universell, werde ich auf Englisch übergehen. Ihr könnt aber trotzdem auf Deutsch Fragen stellen natürlich. Ich werde da drauf antworten, aber wahrscheinlich eher Englisch. Von daher hoffe ich, ihr könnt die meiste Zeit Englisch verstehen. Wenn nicht, bitte im Live-Chat darum, dass das Ganze auch immer auf Deutsch geht. So, and with that, that was the German introduction. So, back again to my international viewers. Hi again. So, as the description tells you, or the header, I want to try and tinker a little bit today. Just a little bit. Live tinkering, because you know how it goes. You do a video and you cut and you do transitions and you do it fancy and you think you got everything. But in the very end, you take a look at it and you see, maybe you could have described this a little bit better or put the focus in there a little bit more. And so I thought I'd do it this way. I don't know, maybe an hour, maybe two, maybe three, whatever goes. It's early in the evening, or for you guys in America, if you watch, it's the afternoon. You're maybe or probably still at work, but whatever works. So let's try it. So as many of you know, or maybe even a few, I don't know, who watch my channel, quite a while ago I got these CGL toys John Connor, and it has some good accessories. It comes with the underarm, it comes with the backpack, it comes with the Jordan 5, and it's a good figure. Reviews coming soon. The body could be a little bit better, like tilting the head is a little bit. There could have been something better involved, but the thing that is missing, or are missing, is actually a few accessories, which I sorely miss, I gotta say. And that's his, at first, which this video revolves around, is his Atari portfolio, where he hacks the little ATM machine and also the safe later on in Cyberdyne Systems. And so I thought to myself, hey, you used styrene before, and you can do it again. You're sure about that. And just so you know, styrene is a very, for those that don't know it, which are new to this, is a very, 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 very cool material. This is super thin. It is 0.5 millimeters, which is way too small to call an inch. But I specifically got this back in the day when I did my Devastator custom. And I got this to do these pieces. Those are his leg pieces, which are easy to clip on. And it's all done from styrene, except for one part, which is the grill in the middle. This grill in the middle is a little fence from the 1:87 scale for little model trains. I went to a little train shop and I looked at it, and some guys maybe are familiar with the looks of this. You get an upgrade set by X2 Toys, which essentially has this part as the knee. And I said, I only want those knees. Those knees look so good. You can build them yourself. And you wanted to build something from styrene for so long that this is the opportunity. So I went to this train store and I saw this little fence thingy. Again, for you a little bit sharper. I hope. The autofocus on this camera. There we go. So there you see the fence. It's in there as a little grill piece. And I said to this guy what I wanted to do. And I said I only needed this bit of a fence. And he was like, only this? I was like, yeah, what does it cost? And he was like, take it with you. Get the hell out of my place. So that was pretty cool. And I just built this piece. I just started. From the inside, it's really crude, and from the outside, it just looks like this. Will you focus? There it goes. So it's purple, silver accents, gunmetal accents. I grinded it, I cut it, and I grinded it some more, and I cut it some more. And the round pieces are actually even styrene pipes. And I had a blast doing this. It was super cool. It was really super cool. I had a blast with this, like I said. And this material is super easy to work with. Especially this. You can just take. Where are my scissors? I forgot my scissors. So much stuff around, I forgot my scissors. But I think for this it's okay. Nevertheless, you can just easily cut through this. I will just demonstrate. I just took the knife and I just cut away this piece. I will do it with a scalpel, and I think we don't need much more than this. This should pretty much suffice. And yeah, and I work with this. I sealed off most pieces to have it smooth in here. Hey, my boy! Dan from Sentinel Bay Reviews. Dann rede ich mal kurz ein bisschen Deutsch. We have visitors, can't stay too long. Ey, Alter, kein Problem. Ich freue mich, dass du wenigstens kurz reinguckst. Ich mache gerade eine kurze Erzählrunde zu dem Teil hier. Das siehst du ja auch demnächst live. Ich freue mich schon, wie das mit Polystyrol und so weiter läuft. Englisch Styrene. Und yeah, back to English. Like I said, it was a blast. Painted, I just did acrylic colors, used acrylic colors. Like I said, cut surfaces I just sealed by using super glue. Yeah, I know you can, but you never know. Sometimes there are German people that don't understand jack shit. So yeah, all the cut marks I sealed with super glue, let it dry, and then I just grinded it over. Checked how much it was okay or it wasn't, and then some more super glue, let it dry, and grind it over again. And this way, this all became pretty smooth. It isn't too smooth. It's not overly smooth, but it's smooth enough, and it is my first piece. And it was fairly intricate. Like I told the guys before, dude, maybe you recognize this. There's an X2 Toys upgrade for the combiner was Devastator, and this knee essentially looks very much alike. And I said to myself, I want to do this. Man, this zoom really fucks me up. You see what is going on. So yeah, that's essentially it. And the whole line between Tim Tinkers, those guys that know I'm big into tinkering, I do whatever I can do. And for my Terminator set, the after Tic Noir part where he's doing his arm and eye surgery, I also did a little drill bit piece. It's actually done from metal. It's just a little piece with some tissue in there and some small cut up twisty ties as supplementary drill bits. Painted around, little closure, little hinge even in there. So all around, everything in there. I just like to do whatever I can. So it works for me. It always worked. But like I said in German before that, unfortunately I tried to make it really good in HD with my phone, but unfortunately you have to have 1,000 subscribers. So now I am bound to my old 720p webcam, but I will tilt it down and then we just try to do what we can. So I will try and answer in the live chat as far as I can, but for now I just took with me the CGL toys, John Connor, and I had myself printed out a few pieces of reference material for the Atari Polaroid, like how all the keys are supposed to look and how's the screen supposed to look, and also the cable with the credit card. I will try to build that too. And I think what I will do size-wise is I think I'm gonna do a 2 centimeter version, so roughly like this, because you saw the picture of the Atari portfolio in the human hand, and when you check the size of this hand, 2 centimeters, a little bit over even. I think that sounds about right. So we'll just see what's coming out of this. I hope it will be cool. I just have a ruler with me, I have a scalpel with me, I have my super glue with me, and I even had to head out for a little bit and get a new pack of super glue because I was out. I was just taking a little nap, and then I was sitting there, dude, shit, you're not having any super glue anymore. You do what you do, and you gotta prepare. So there's that. So let me just try to tilt down the camera a bit. I think this looks about good. This is the max tiltage, to call it like that. And I think this looks rather okay. Problem is, like I said, I wanted to do it differently, but unfortunately YouTube said, nope, you are not eligible for streaming, motherfucker. So I said, okay, we're flexible, we'll do it differently. So for the overall form, I will try, of course, to start, here we are, with this part. And I'm currently thinking about to cut this overall shape as the first one, as the first plate, and have like this inner part as a frame. And currently, and I don't know what I will be doing. I think I have two possibilities pretty much. First, I cut each and every key out myself and paint it later on, or I do this still as a frame, but then have a printed piece with all the keys in there. I kind of tend to that, but I don't know. Live chat, what do you say? There's only one people in there, if he's even still in there. Nevertheless, I want to try and see if I can finish the lower part. Actually, next part, what I will concentrate on is the side piece. I think I will do 4 layers. The first layer is on top of this, which will be the frame. The second layer is then the part where the keys or the printed area will come to. The third layer will then be where this slot actually will be, and the fourth layer will close it all off. And then hopefully, with this overall shape, we will cut it all down. Let's hope so. So for now, I would say we just try. I don't know what to do about the hinge yet. I think I will just cut this out and then insert the wire later on to have it tiltable. I think this should be the best call. This part I think I will print and glue on to have the actual screen out there with the portfolio and the description. Same with the Atari. I don't quite know yet. Maybe the full area here, glue this on so I have the color as similar as possible. So I will try. I will just try. Let me just check real quick. Okay, currently I got 2 viewers. So I put up the live chat again. Let's just start. So I apologize if it should get too silent, but of course I will try to concentrate as good as I can and keep everything smooth and yeah, just try and go ahead. So we start with this edge. Usually, or not usually, I don't really work with any rulers or any with any pencils or stuff like this. I pretty much start cutting, and when I see the measurement of 2 centimeters, I think this is way too small. So I think with the hand and everything, I will upgrade it to about 3 centimeters. I think this is better. Otherwise it just becomes way too small, and way too small is not easy to work with. So we'll do 2 centimeters, and I will put this picture right beside me. And this is usually what I do. I try to get reference material and work with that. So when we say 3 centimeters, 1/6 scale, let's say this is when we try to take the depth as close as possible, this being 3, this being 1.5, even higher, 2. Hard to tell, hard to tell. I'm not the best at math. I also don't know the original measurements of the portfolio, so I just pretty much wing it. Wing it is pretty much my jam, to call it like that. Let's see what's the ratio. I think the overall ratio similar should be something like here. Like I said, I always like to wing it. That's also what I did when I was still drawing stuff. I was pretty big into drawing back in the day. I used to draw a lot of stuff: superheroes, Transformers, Mega Man, Samurai Pizza Cats, whatever I saw, whatever I felt the need to draw, I came down to drawing. So we now got measurements of 3 centimeters times 2.6 centimeters. I totally winged it and said this is probably the measurement to go to. So then we have this indentation here where the actual slot is, and I think seeing this width and also this width, I will go with 2 millimeters. 2 millimeters sounds about right. Just put it in there and cut away at it. I think seeing the depth of this, I think this should be fine. Roughly 4 millimeters in there, and then roughly having a cut in there of 45 degrees. Sometimes the knife, the scalpel tends to, I don't know, do a weird curve or something like that. I don't know why this happens. Also not the problem. Like I said, you can easily seal whatever mistakes you do with superglue. I use this. I enjoy this the most. This is super fluid Patek superglue. It's a 3-pack. You can get this from the drugstore, from Dollar Tree, whatever, wherever you're situated. You got those stores. I know you do. I know you can make that happen. So we currently got, to show this, a little bit of progress with this part. Yeah, it's even pretty good, pretty visible. We got this part, which is supposed to become the top of this. So sorry if I tend to act a little bit all over the place. It's the first time I'm doing a live stream like this. Otherwise I have my music on and I just do whatever I want, and now I try to make it a little bit more organized. This is the thing when you do it chaotic. You see different pieces. I also did an Avengers logo. This is the rest of it. Few shapes I tried to do as good as I could. So we just cut this out. Zero fucks given how it might look. You get through this material very quick in this thickness. Like I said, styrene, 0.5 millimeters, easy to cut, easy to grind, easy to seal, easy to paint. Totally fun. You can do pretty much whatever. Let's take it let's take a slight step into superheroes, because I just watched it. Green Lantern, awful movie, but it has a very, very, very true saying in there. Your constructs are only as powerful as your imagination. And the same goes for styrene. You can build whatever. Your constructs are as powerful as your imagination. If you say you can do it, you will do it. And styrene won't tell you otherwise. It's perfect for that. You can really do whatever you want to do. And you can also correct mistakes very, very easily. So we got this. Once you're deep enough in the material, you can take it kind of like the ruler itself and just go at it as a railing and just continue your way that you want to do, like the cut, the angle, the line, whatever. So here we got the first part. This is the part that I tried to do. Sounds or looks pretty good. I think the ratio looks about okay. The only thing, the angle of this part is not quite right. So since we had a cut before there, I go in there, and this looks way better. Way, way better. So that's the first part. This is actually I wanted to try and do the upper part first, but I think this will be the very foundation. So the next part will be the next layer with the actual slot. I don't know if I do the railings, if I do something about there. We got a few railings in there, 3 of them, and also the slot for this. I think the slot I will drill in the end, because I will absolutely detail this side of the piece. Have it about this thick, like I said, and then drill into this part here, have the audio jack in there, and maybe even a little wire. I don't know. Depends on how big the actual part will get, on how big the drill I can actually use, and then I would just check what I can do. But having a detailed audio jack would be pretty cool. So for now we continue, and we just take the part that we just cut away as a template for the next part. So you just lay it down roughly, and you just cut the sides carefully. You don't want to thin out the piece that you just cut. So there we go with this, and I hope the audio is okay so far, that you can understand me good. Live chat seems empty, but I wanted to do this. It's the first of this kind, so whatever happens. So we got this part again. Second part. What was it? What did Patrick Swayze sing in Ghost? Second verse, same as the first. I'm not doing the same thing now. It was just a fitting part, a very fitting part. So, next part out. There we go. and then just, man, I need to clean the knife. I use it so often. I'm a bitch when it comes to clean my stuff, you know that? Nevertheless, it still cuts. I love this scalpel. Very, very faithful to the cause. So, we got the second part, and we just break it out of the mold, so to speak. So we got this part, and it pretty much is the exact same size. Happy already. So, what I said, this is a foundation, this is the first part, and we want to do the slot for this, means that we have on this part, we actually have to cut away from this portion right into here. I also see, when I look at this and I look at this, that this portion needs to almost end in the middle. So this is what we will do. We will have this crooked part end in the middle. Roughly so. So, cut away here, cut away here. Keep the angle, roughly, and just break it off. And now that I see, when I see that this part is over of cutting away the angle, I think this is what the keys would be. And I again tend to print out the keys and put it in there. But I don't know yet. I still don't know yet. Also, you see, I did a little cut on the surface here. Maybe you see that slightly there on the surface. No problem there. It's not too deep. If I need it, I can just seal it again with super glue. And again, I put those pieces on top of themselves and just cut away the crooked piece like this. Have the piece I did before as a template. Cut it in and break the new piece out. And now I actually have the second key. If they would be crooked. But thanks, no thanks. I'm not doing that. I think so. In the end, I probably will be unsatisfied with the printed out keys, and I will end up ripping it off and actually cut the keys. But I don't know. We'll see about that. So now we got those two pieces. We can lay them over each other and see. It looks pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty similar. We can work with that. Meaning, we now check. Do I have a picture on the depth of the card? I don't think so. But that's not a problem. That's not a thing I anticipated. Yeah. No. Fuck that. To call it like that. We just take a rough estimation on this and keep it kind of stable. So we just do this and cut away a little bit like this. I now cut in there around 8 millimeters. 8 millimeters sounds about good. And then we go into the, that looks good, into the slanted area and cut in there also a little bit over the part I did before. And if you think, what the hell is this guy doing there? Like I said, I'm just winging it. I'm actually, when I'm doing stuff like this, I'm best at winging it. I can't tell you anything else. You need to check if you want to do something like this, just to make something perfectly clear. If you want to do something like this and you think, what the hell is this guy doing? I can do it way better. I will do this and that, use rulers and I don't know, red-eye templates and whatnot. Dude, whatever works for you. This is the fun part of all of this. Whatever you do, whatever works for you. you say you can do it better with different materials, with different, I don't know, tools, go ahead, man. Go ahead. Hit me up. I didn't quite finish the description. I will do this afterwards. But people that say I can do it better and watch this live stream and kind of enjoyed what I showed and said they can do it better and they want to show me. In all my other videos, the description is full with contact details. I would love to see your outcome, whatever you are doing. Show me. I would love to see. So now we got the second layer done, which looks like this, meaning we got the slanted area from here, meaning here, and this will be the slot for the card that goes in here. And here we got a cut, and this is now a must break point, of course, but it's no problem. So for now, this we can already glue over each other, which is pretty cool. We see some depth coming to this piece. So we take our super glue, and you get this with 3 tubes. Come here now. 3 tubes and 3, what is it called? Let's call it valves. Let's call it valves. So screw-on valves. And you just take the lower part and you take a little bit of glue there. Doesn't matter. There. And a little bit of a mistake. I actually put glue here. Not a big problem. Also, what you will absolutely do when you are coming ahead further, you will actually glue your fingers in place. I'm not shitting you. 100% you will do that. No, nothing else possible. So see, now the first thing happened. I glued it on top of itself and I took it a little bit too far. At the very end it's already on there, but it's pretty forgiving. So try this again. A little bit here, a little bit here, just as a frame, and have a little bit more here and here. Usually I like to put the super glue into a corner all by itself and have it standing upright so the pressure is not too hard and nothing actually goes away. But now we have the first part. Did it. Sits well all on top of each other. Apply a little bit of pressure, just give it a few seconds. Once this really cures, you are done. And see, first finger gluage already done. So this is the first part, rough looking, but we're getting there. This is actually already the slot for the card. It's not too problematic that there's a little bit of glue. I always got some grinding paper handy for the case of the cases, so to speak. In between I just watch if someone is in the live chat. But for now only viewers. But that's a good thing. 3 viewers. Thanks for being there. I appreciate it. More than you know. I appreciate every single person more on my channel more than you know. Especially since I tend to speak German and don't do subtitles anymore. But on the topic of that, if you guys are disappointed that I'm not doing subtitles anymore, just to tell you a little story. It's not really a story, it's just to me a fact. I really like doing subtitles. I had the sense of doing something good. People from all around the world were able to watch my stuff and understand it. But the real problem was in the duration of writing the subtitles. When I was doing a Transformers review, say, and this Transformers review was, I got nothing to drink with me, great. And I did a Transformers review, and it was a complicated piece, say, Transform Element Prime. You know, I'm hard on this thing, so let's just take Transform Element Prime. Then this 25-minute review actually took the amount of time to 4 to 5 hours only writing subtitles. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I'm not making this up. If you're watching the chat and you have a look into the live chat, I'm just pointing at it now. Dan from Sentinel Bay Reviews can absolutely back up this fact. He tried it. We tried different kinds. He even found another way to do it. It was marginally faster, and so we said, yeah, for now, subtitles is a thing of the past. But okay, let's go ahead. The next part then is to give this thing some depth. We now have this layer, the foundation, which is here, and we have the slot, which is here, and we will keep it at that. We will do the next layer until here. When I actually see this, I think maybe we actually should add 2 more, meaning the next is this, then 1 more, and then the frame. I think with the size of this and the depth of this, I think this could actually work. Let's see what's coming out of this once we cut away the next parts. Whenever I do something, I have cat hair somewhere. May it be on the review table, may it be on my fingers, may it be on my clothes, or now may it be straight up in my mouth. So we just cut away the next piece. Just like this, just like we did before, and also this part. I actually see now that we can make this part over here a little bit deeper. Sometimes it's a little harder, sometimes it's a little bit easier, and sometimes we also have to do it like this, like I said, winging it. Most of the time, the best things I do come out when I actually wing it, like this here. I needed to straighten this out. Oh yes, yes, yes. No doubt about that. You know we're on the same page with this, brother. No doubt. I mean, if they come up with a better way to do it, I may pedal back into that, but I don't see this happening. So for now, I'm 100% happy of doing my reviews in German, and maybe the occasional tinkering video live and then doing it in English, because I think live is the way to go to do it English. It's just better. People understand you. People can ask questions. They see what you're doing. They understand what you're doing when you have any advice. So I really wish I could have some music, but with my headphones on, because fucking stupid YouTube won't let you. I think I will have to flag this FSK 16 in the end, PG-13 that is, for a little bit of stronger language. Nevertheless, because YouTube won't let you have live streaming from your mobile device unless you have 1,000 subscribers, and I'm almost still 800 short on this, which is bullshit. But that's another topic. It will happen. So yeah, we got the next layer almost done. And I'm pretty surprised you're still there. Did you say you have visitors? Or did you just say, I gotta hit the toilet real quick, like the food wasn't too well on my stomach. 3 hours later, man, that was a good live stream. What was up with your stomach? Don't ask. So, next part. What did you say? Fly me to the moon? Fly to the moon? Check. Collecting a million of people's data? Check. Automatic translations for subtitles? No, sir. No, we can't do that. No. That would amount to servers, dude. What are you thinking? Are you crazy? Big Brother's watching you. Having service? Nope. So, we got the next layer done. Looking quite good. Smoothing this out a little bit. We'll do this in the end also, but I need to do this. And we got a card slot in there. Looking cool. But thinking about what will I do about the railings? Do I insert them now and paint them afterwards? Or do I try to do something in the end? And just go ahead with the overall build? I don't know. We'll see later on. What did you say? It is? Would love to do live reviews. Dog walk. Ah, dog walk is good. That is the alibi to go to, I guess. Also, what I need to think about is what to do about those hinges and how they look. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, I'm in love. You see this here? I don't have to cut the hinges into this construction. I can do this whole piece and just add the hinges later on. And also do this part and then cut this away. Ah, you don't see it. Fuck. Okay, again, I just was in love. The hinges here, I can just glue on, meaning I can finish up the body and glue on these parts for the hinges and drill through them once I'm done. And the same goes pretty much for this part. Pretty much. But cool. Makes it a little more easy. I can just build the body and go ahead as I go. Papers off green. Yep. Got it. Got it. Is there something like a voice chat? Like in here? Voice chat would be cool. I think it would be cool. Otherwise, the view is pretty good. You can see what I'm actually doing, right? Nevertheless. So, we got this on here. And once I actually... I need this again. Once I actually glued this on, we got a little card slot in there already. Crazy. This could actually work. And knowing the history of my parts, I know this will work. He said, and then he fucked it up. No, I won't fuck it up, I know. Got my experience. This will work. So again, the super glue over here, spread it out a little bit so there's no air or bubbles or whatnot, and in the end you hook under there with a fingernail or I don't know, whatever, and you lift the whole part up. That we don't want. So a little bit of drying up so it can activate properly, and then straighten it out. And just put it down. And then we're set. And then we got a big part of the body done. So, and then like I said, you can cut away and smooth out wherever you see fit. Also, yeah, thanks, dude. Man, I want to do way more. Like I think about what to do about the keys. You know, will I cut the keys out? I mean, when I think about cutting the keys out, it will be something like this. I don't know if I'm too hot about that idea, but printing it out doesn't look too good. May don't look too good. I also will do the audio jack here. I will try and do the thickness properly, and then seal the whole side, grind it off to have a rigid surface, you know, and then drill in there and maybe even put a wire in there. I would try to get it as detailed as it can. And what I wanted to say, but I also will try, is do all of this gear with a cable. I don't know how to do the cable and the credit card and all of this, but this again, and also have it slot into this side, should be absolutely possible. I don't know how to yet. Also, I don't have an actual picture, excuse me, of the slot on the other side. Maybe I will just do it as a singular piece and glue it to the side. Just build it and have it as an extended piece and glue it to the side, and also this, and then just attach the cable, because it's the full piece, and who wants to take it apart really? So I think I will do that. Too small, man. You got tempo paint, dude. You got tempo paint. I don't. How the hell do I do tempo paint? I mean, I could ask Toy Hacks if they would do a special special sticker for this, but I think it could be a little bit, just a tiny bit expensive. So thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, like I said, how's the slot actually looking? I will have to look up real quick, because I tried to actually find it, but so far I didn't. So let's see how this side looks. Okay, here we actually got a good, see, it's actually closed off. It's actually closed off. Back to the live chat. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But back to the piece at hand. So this part is where the slot for the hacking device, for the cable and the credit card would come in. But it's actually closed off, like a closed off piece. You peel down and then you put it in. So I don't know if it's a hack or something in itself already, but I will keep it at that, smooth it out and everything, and then I will glue the additional piece in front of it, and then do a cable and everything. I don't know how to do the cable. I think about maybe, I don't know, a little bit of cloth or something like that. Sewing utilities, something like that. We will see how this will go on. Okay, so we got the slot, and we see the thickness here. When I add one layer, we are here. And when I add another layer for the frame, it actually could work. Let's just try. We just do 2 more layers. Let's continue here. And see how the thickness of the piece will pan out. And then we can still decide. Just a rectangular piece to see what the thickness is like. The rectangular piece we can also use for the top and the hinge later on, if it shouldn't work. So I'm not stressing it too much. So we'll just put the ruler there and just go straight down. And have our rectangle. And then we put the scalpel in there. Nice even pace. Don't stress it. Take whatever amount of time you think you want to do. You got a rough day and you said, man, I wanted to, but I'm just done. I need fucking deep dish pizza and be done with the day. Then you do it another day. This is for you. You can do it in any way, shape, form, speed, whatever the way you like. However, whenever. It's a hobby. That's why we do it. Pastime. Good to ease the mind. Will you stay? Sometimes you can just break it out, and sometimes it just says, no, I don't want to. And then you say, but you have to. So, there we go. Smoothen out the edges again a little bit. Just a little bit. Just the slightest bit. To look at it, to have it look that way. To have it look as good as it can while you still work with it. So when we take this as the next layer, we see. Couldn't you just scratch lines into so? I don't know, man. Scratches. Yeah, I thought about that, but I don't think it would look good. Actually, I don't think it would look good. That would be. I think it would look pretty. I don't know, like a little bit too novice, you know. If I would do something like this, it needs to look as good as it possibly can. That's also why I did this, you know. I mean, I tried to do as lot of detail as I could. I got the grill in there, I got the cat hair in there, I got the tubes in there, and the tubes aren't even on the X2 kit, you know. I just tried to get a little bit of detail. What a Hitzeding? What the fuck is a Hitzeding? Dude, English. I don't understand that shit. Well, like I said, I tried to get the railing in there, I tried to get the grill in there and those turning pieces, and those were actually like an idea of me to have like a detail when he's combining, you know, when Devastator is combining and this is turning down and this is actually turning on these hinges down and close down the knee. So I tried to get as much detail as much in there. Kannst du das nicht besser beschreiben? Was soll ich denn mit Hitzeding anfangen? Mit so einem Hitzeding. Ja klar, ich mach das mit einem Hitzeding. Wieso, wie Gulasch? Nein, kein Pot. What the fuck? Okay, but as we see here now, with the slot and the extra piece, this is shaping up a very good thickness. And I think the next part is actually then already the frame on top for the keys. So we will do that. We will keep it at that. Meaning we lie this down. Take what we already did and have that as a template of sorts. And just cut away the shape again. Doesn't work as smooth always. Sometimes you just slip and you gotta start again. But funny story, when I do stuff like this and I need to redo certain steps, it doesn't agitate me. What does agitate me is humanity. Today was a good example, but I don't know if this is a place to talk about it. I mean, it's my show, I can talk whatever the fuck I want. Also for the general audience, if you want to get in here and bullshit a little bit and whatever, write it down into the chat. I will send you the link wherever, maybe also in the chat, and you can get in here. The Hangout is open. I just use this because fun part also for you, Dan. The usual live streaming platform of YouTube needs a third-party streaming tool. Otherwise, the key and everything and all of that shit doesn't work. I don't know how that's supposed to go down once once Hangouts is done. Shit is ridiculous still. Seeing this message again when I fired the live stream, and I thought, man, you guys are gonna beep yourself in the beep once you really implement that change. But let's keep it like Kermit. None of my business. So that worked too. And now on this side here, we got a little bit of excess, but also not a problem. Just take your ruler and just cut away on it. And while you're at it, you correct what you already got. And then we got, yeah, see you, man. So here we got this part, and then we got the slot for the, I don't know, memory disk or whatever it is. I'm not too fluid in portfolio, so whoever watches and says he's building a portfolio and doesn't know something about it, nope, I don't. Only thing I know is that John Connor used it to hack ATM machines in Terminator 2. Which reminds me, I might have to rewatch that during the weekend again. Same as RoboCop. Those movies never get old. Other than different movies nowadays. So, but what we see here, it doesn't, it's not too too smooth, and also not really vertical. It's a little bit crooked, so we cut away already, and the rest we do afterwards with the overall work. But the overall shape is supposed to be correct, so we did that again. Then we have this, and now comes the fun part. Now we actually have to come to this framing, like I said, what I want to do. Meaning I have to create a frame that's going around this and also leaves the space for the hinge parts. Besides, I don't know how I'm supposed to do those ratchet pieces. I think I will have to use my Dremel on this. But that's something for another day. Man, it's 8 PM already. Already streaming almost an hour. Damn. Will you look at that? Alright. The chat back up again. Then we continue. I think I will finish this part for today. Then maybe start with the hinges and see what it probably will look like with the lid on it, and then call it a day. I think when I'm done with this, we should have something like 2 hours full, and I think that's a good length for a stream of this size and of this topic. So again, template of your piece, cut it down, see, okay, the line is not really too straight, we'll do it with a ruler. Unfortunately, the line is already a little bit too deep, so it works more of a template than the ruler works as a ruler, but it doesn't pose a problem. So you just cut it down. All sides you want to cut. There we go. Let's go a little bit deeper. And then again, check and I can break it already, or do I need to cut some more? And then you cut some more. And then you got the next part. You will see how easy this material is to work with. It's really easy. It's super fun. I cannot stress it enough. If you want to build something, you into this, you want to do something, get yourself styrene. You don't want to grind too much. Get the thickness I did. And then you have Butterfingers. No problem working with it, and also actually correcting mistakes. So here we got the next phase. The thickness of the piece is done, and we got a little bit more excess length. Sometimes stuff happens, you just think, where is this excess length now coming from? Yeah, well, it's scratchable. Stuff happens. So you position the piece on top of it, try to get it as straight as you can to the part that's supposed to stay. You just cut away. A little rhyme for the lection of the hour. Ha, ha, ha. There's that. And there we have the top part of this. And this part will be converted, like I said, into the frame for this, for the indentation of the actual keypad. But all the talking and such actually leaves me with a dry throat. I will just grab a quick drink and we'll be right back. Little off topic, sprite rules. So, how we go about with this? We now got these parts, and we got this. Over here, this part has supposed to be this thick, roundabout, to have the space for the hinges. Meaning, all around we probably have a space of roughly 1 millimeter. And then here we have to keep it, I think, I think 2 millimeters should be fine. It's not totally accurate in terms of size, but when I see how he's got it inside his hand, and we got his right hand here, how do I do this best? Let's do it like this. So, just as a rough idea, here's how John holds it in his hand. We got it with the length. What's the excess length of the whole piece? I think that looks pretty spot on. Liking what I see so far. So, did I say this figure is pretty cool? It's pretty accurate. Public Enemy shirt, Jordan Air 5s with the soles, jeans, little watch. Face looks good. The body's not too good. The body is very weak. The knees are super weak. Neck joint is pretty much non-existent. But it's the best alternative for there if you want a John Connor. So no other choice. So we move ahead. Like I said, about 1 millimeter all around here, and this is a very risky part. because, like I said, we need to build a frame. See, I almost cut too far. We go till there, not further. Go with the scalpel back in. And to the part where you want to. And then you just go ahead with smooth cuts. And I'm through there. And we take the next side. Again, keep roughly a millimeter. And then we gotta check this space, what's supposed to be. Left for the hinge, which again we need to roughly wing. So we take it to here. When I see that I have to wing it with the size, I might have to squeeze together the keys if I do it as a picture. But the good thing is, this is such a hands-on view of the keys. Picture of those could actually work already. This is even better. This is a perfect picture for the keys. I think I will print it. I think I will print it light gray, dull color, and then just light in there. I think I like the idea. I think that's a good idea. But for now, for the space of the hinge, sorry that I pedaled back to the research material so often. Really gotta make sure it's okay. Seeing this, I can go a little deeper, even deeper. We go like this. So, got this. Cut it down to there. Sometimes I'm shaking and I think this will never work. And then all of a sudden, my hand is super steady. A little bit more. And then we try to keep the part down, apply pressure, and do the actual line, the cut to the top where you want to go. And now I already cut too far almost. Now we again created a must break seam, or a must break scenario, or whatever you guys call it. I think you know what I mean. This is a little bit crooked, not too straight. We need to straighten that out. And again, the cut was already too deep. We need to apply a lot of pressure to actually straighten out the cut. Like I said, once you have a cut in this styrene, it works as a template, as a kind of rail, if you will, for the scalpel. And this can work if you want to have all the same shapes and lines and lengths and whatnot. But when you did something wrong and you need to correct it, it can be very hard to do so. Like I am just doing it here. And now I'm pretty much all around. I can bend it in shape all around, but I'm not just through yet. And now we gotta be very careful with what we're doing. See, there we weren't through. Okay, there we are through. Then we need some more. So currently it looks like it will work, but it's a super fiddly bit. It can break at any point. There we go. We did it. There's our frame. We got the frame for the keyboard. Now put it on top here. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. Here we got the frame for the keyboard. We got the little memory card slot, and it's already pretty smooth, pretty straight. So take our super glue. We always say second glue, but we only say that in Germany. I think this is called super glue, nowhere else. And here's a slight problem. Now the applied pressure to the tube was a little bit too much, and now I need to spread the excess glue to where I need it. But as you see, this is also no problem. There we go. And then we just apply. Well, we hope to just apply the frame to the rest of the keyboard. Straighten it out a bit. And we're done. We got the lower part of the Atari portfolio actually done. Got the framing, got the side piece, we got the little memory card slot with the supposed depth, and the sides, like you see here, they are still pretty rough. But like I said, that is no problem. You just take your knife, lay it down to where you want it, and you just cut away what you don't need. This material is extremely forgiving and absolutely fun. Yeah, also the crooked part of the memory card slot. This is also now very smooth. On top we need to work some more, but otherwise I'm very, very, very happy with this. And when we see how he holds it in his hand in this scene, he actually holds it kind of like this. I think the size absolutely works. I think the size for this absolutely works. Very happy. Very, very happy with this. Cool outcome. Good start. Some smoothing out to be done, but that's what a Dremel and grinding paper is for. A little bit of refreshment. So, what did I say? Next I wanted to do these hinge pieces, which I guess will be fun. Not. This will actually be pretty easy, I think. It should be. Like we see here, we see these parts go down to the very base, but we see the middle piece is a bit higher up. So we take this as a base, lie it down, excuse me, and then we just build on top of it until we got that height. And for this, we just cut in until we are at that place. So I think what I will be doing is doing this whole thing as a triangle, set it on top of that, and then cut away in the middle with a Dremel, and then build the frame from here. I think this is the best idea. I think I like that idea. I think I like this idea very, very much. And the good part is we got excess stuff. Excess stuff means stuff to work with. So we got the framing, which is this. We also see here, that is pretty cool. We got the left hand of a dude, and we can actually check to see this is about half the length of the piece. And here we got John Connor, and how he holds it with his thumb is around half the length of the piece. Looks good. Looks very good. Happy with the dimensions so far. Where was I? Right. I wanted to do this. I cut this out, and the hinge would need to be from here, which I think with bidimension should be from here to here. To have it kind of similar from here to here and from here to here. I gotta eyeball again a little bit of something, like how these pieces end in the back, and I need to have it work in a way that it will still hinge. This will be pretty interesting. But you know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to doing the top part and to do this indentation line. Got an idea how it could work, and I hope it will work the way I intended to. But okay, we have this excess piece, which is good. And we'll take it right from here over there. We take it from here. There we got this. And I even see some more detail work. I see a line that needs to be cut in here. Don't quite know how to do that. I want to have the hinge in at first, but I would need to do this part first, on this part and on this part. Don't know quite yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll do this off screen. I prepare the hinge for this and I do this off screen, and when I did this, next time we will continue with the assembly of the hinge and the top. I think that's the best idea. So for now, do this from here. Yep, that looks good. And this is not completely to the end, meaning we gotta have a little bit of a railing there. So we take this, cut away here, and I think what I will do is I will just cut it as a block and then grind away with the Dremel. A little bit off screen again. There. And then just cut down here like this. And we have the overall length here. And then again The super glue on the knife is a little bit annoying. That's better. So cut this up. The first part. And then again we just build on top of each other one piece after the next. Have ourselves a nice little scratch build. Sometimes you can push and it works, and sometimes you push and the whole piece comes off. Then you apply some more pressure. This time the glue was already dry. There we go. Second try. Again to the border. Right down. There we go. And this time, push and adjust did indeed work. So again, we just cut it down. There we go. You just cut away there. Break the piece off that you need. And lie it down there. When I see the thickness of the hinge and what I'm doing here, I think the next piece should already suffice. Let's see what we come up with. Again, laying on top of it. Just a little bit. Let it fall to the floor so you can start anew. Very important step. And in the end, you can just grind it down. And then again, you just cut away what you don't need. So you see, it's a little bit redundant sometimes. A lot of repeated work. But in the end, it's important because that also means you kind of gotta plan for this. So this is the block I tried to do, and this is supposed to come here, be in the middle, and become the actual hinge. And that hinge is supposed to be drilled and then have a wire in it, and I need to put it in here. Got a little bit of a headache about doing this and how to actually do it. Maybe I'll just have it as two pieces and make it as a kind of clamp in there, or have a little notch. I think the idea with a little notch is not too bad. Yeah, I think I like that. But nevertheless, I think very good. We even got the small rail in front that I wanted, but I think that looks very accurate. So got this, we got this. Next part would be grinding it down as a triangle, rounding it up, and then starting the actual lid, like the cover. But I think I will try a little something. And for this, I need to make it dark for a second, just a slight second. have the multi-plug up here. There we go. And then I have my little Dremel with me. And then I really want to try something with this little head. With this little head I want to try and bring the railing in here, which is on top of here and here. Does the head work for this? No, it doesn't work for this. Very nice Dremel. I recommend. I'll put it in the description once I'm done. Was a pretty not cheap, but price efficient set. Was, I believe, $12 on Amazon. Brings a few pieces with it, which so far totally suffice. But in the end, I know I will need something new and something more. So got a little grinding bit in here. So sometimes it's a little bit uneven, like how it grinds. There you need to apply a bit more pressure. There you go. See that it is as smooth running as it can. And then you just see, let's try to use it as a pen here. And I think this is not looking too shabby. We put the railing pieces on top of it. It ends under there, and when we glue it, it will be just in the right space. Very cool. Same side, same thing. One side is always more different. Also need to smooth this out a little bit more. That's better, I believe. Way better. So, same on this side. Sorry for the unpleasant sounds. Could have just turned off the microphone. But let's just say it's a full experience. Once you got the form, you can bring some depth in there to have the actual piece. So yeah, it's crazy to already have some detailing in there. But on the other hand, in the end, once those hinges are in here, you have no space to do it. There we go. That's it for now. Work safety. Unplug the tool you no longer need. So there we got this. Where we want to smooth this out a bit. The bit that will be the hinge. This looks pretty good, I guess. Let's glue it in place. See how we. Damn. Some super glue in the actual raining was supposed to happen, of course. Have it as a center as most as possible. And I think that's quite the process for today. We got the railings in here, we got the start of the hinge, we got the memory slot, and we got the frame for the keyboard. I think those were roughly 2 hours. I think for today that's okay. I think that's quite okay. Tomorrow's Friday, so let's hope we get a good way into the weekend. Not too much stress. I hope you have a great day. Thanks to Dan for being in the chat shortly, longer than I anticipated, but shortly. And 3 people watching, thank you for being there. I think I will continue in a few days. Next week, something like this. So I hope you enjoyed. I think you saw a little bit of what you like, and I hope you saw a little bit of something that you want to try yourself. As you see, very cool material, easy to use, fun to work with, easy to grind, easy to cut, whatever you want to do with it. And so Tim K is signing off for today. And I think we will see each other tomorrow for a 5-minute press box. So for now, take care, guys. Thanks for being there. Have a good time. See you then.